What's good, team? Evan here for Grips.com, doing another final table hand history review with all Holecards exposed. Today we are reviewing the Sunday warm-up starring none other than, well, yeah, he's pretty much the top streamer right now, top Twitch streamer in poker, and has been for a while, Mr. Lex Veldhuis. Lex has been around forever. I remember his play back when the WSOP ran their first 40K buy-in, and he final tabled that, playing a very aggressive style. If I'm not mistaken, he's been Supernova Elite before, and if I am mistaken, he's definitely been Supernova, so this is a guy who knows how to put in the volume. The volume's absolutely insane. His streaming schedule is monstrous, and I'm pretty sure his hours are like even longer than Jay Carver's used to be. And Jay Carver's streams were fucking marathons, man. So like Lex, man, he's a machine, an absolute grinding machine. And in addition to being an absolute machine and a hell of a broadcaster, Lex is a hell of a player. And he's coming in this final table with the chip lead. So we're going to get to see some big stack play from him. Fun fact too, Lex studies with the guys over at Raise Your Edge to improve his game. And I just finished going through all 40 hours of the Tournament Masterclass Expert Edition. Wowza. And I'm excited to see some more of the concepts in action, because that's what really helps them sink in. You know, we get all the theory and then we watch him play and things start to click. You're like, oh, right, I understand why he's doing that. That makes sense. And I'm excited to share that process with you guys in this video here. So let's just go through the payouts real quick, and then we will get into the action. Ninth place in the Sunday warm-up. This is a $215 buy-in, by the way, one of the Sunday majors on PokerStars. Ninth place pays $2,478. Eighth place is $3,446. Seventh place is $4,793. Sixth place is $6,666. Fifth place, $9,271. Fourth place, five-figure territory, $12,895. Third place, $17,934. Second place, $24,943. And first place in the Sunday warm-up is $34,691. Let's see what share of that prize pool Mr. Veldhuis can take down in this review. Let's get stacking. So coming into the final table, we do our usual assessment of the stacks. Although we may be seeing a quick all-in here with a rejam from Curacao being the shortest stack on the table. And yeah, it's probably a good time to make a move. He's only got 9 blinds, so he doesn't have a ton of fold equity, but he's got just that little bit of fold equity. Jizzle's not going to be quite priced in with the weakest of his hands, and being the short stack, facing a button open with a hand that, you know, runs all right in hot and cold, which means that all-in situation being a small pair, I think we'll probably see a jam here from Curacao. And while we're waiting on that, we can go through the other stack sizes here. Min re-raise is sitting on 14 blinds. Curtino is got like 28 blinds, so about 30. There we see the rejam there. Jizoint 210 to win 600, not quite 2-1. If he could see the hands, obviously he'd call, but he can't see the hands. I don't know. He's getting a pretty good price, but it is for a pretty significant amount of his chips, so I could see him going either way on this one. Like, hating the idea of calling, but still kind of considering it just because the price is so good, and he does have an ace, and, you know, he does flip against some hands, especially the broadways. Anyway, blinds are up. Let's reevaluate the stack sizes. Curacao is a short stack with 10 blinds. Min re-raise has 12 blinds. Curtino has 25-ish blinds. Jabra Cadabra has 13 blinds. Dwight Ninja and Phyllis are our medium stacks with around 40 big blinds apiece. Lex is the runaway chip leader with over 100 big blinds coming into the final table. So I expect we'll be seeing him open a very wide range of hands. Jack 10 offsuit, not necessarily being the bottom of that range, especially when the shorter stacks are in the blinds. Jizoint's got 16, 17 blinds. And Proud Flop is working with about 50 blinds here. So we have Lex way out in front, Proud Flop clearly in second, Phyllis and Dwight Ninja tied for third, Coutinho clearly in fifth, and then we got 4 short stacks kind of jostling for position. Now that we kind of have assessed the terrain, we are just going to go ahead and watch the game. Phyllis opening with ace-8 suited, going to get it through. Coutinho getting a good price, but not going to be wanting to defend against one of the stacks that's bigger than his, especially with a trash hand like 6-4 offsuit. Proud Flop thinking about opening that significantly wider range. I mean, he's got 1, 2, 3 rejam stacks behind him. Probably not the best idea to open wide. I imagine we're going to see Curacao fold and Minri raise just take the spot, pile it in with the ace here on less than 10 blinds. That's effectively what he does. He makes it slightly smaller. Not sure the exact reasoning behind that. Maybe if it goes jam call, he might fold. Or maybe he wants his opponents to have to click the all-in button as opposed to the call button. One of those two is probably the reason. Either way, he gets it through. Nice chip up for him. Very significant to chip up when you have 10 blinds. You get like 2.5, 25% chip up just by getting it through. Jabbercadabra with what we call the computer hand here, Queen 7. It's like considered like the average hand. So he's got like, the average hand here. It's expected to be 50% of hands. He's not interested in playing it. And he will just maintain his stack size there, not taking on any variance. Again, at the start of the final table, even with a short stack, when there are other players who have a short stack, it's okay. Dare I say profitable to play a patience game and pass on the close spots and just stick with the clear spots, because there is that potential of just making money and gaining value in the tournament from surviving. The accumulation phase of the tournament is not so much in play once you've made the final table. We got a big old ace-king suited here. Coutinho coming in with that 2.2x raise. The White Ninja on a stack size. I mean, both these guys have stack sizes that they could 3-bet and really leverage Coutinho for all his chips. Interesting flat by the White Ninja here. I mean, pretty solid price. Another 60K to win 220. About 3.5 to 1. It's 2.5 to 1 he was getting. I'm factoring the total pot. Rusty. Action flop though. Top pair, top kicker. Club flush draw, queen high. I think we'll probably see a check call here, but check raising to fold out a lot of missed hands, and then calling off because he's getting the right price against the value hands. Also a reasonable strategy. He opts to check call. And also if he just check calls with this hand here, if Coutinho has air and then gives up, he can bluff the river and potentially take it down there. So he can kind of still have the chance to fold out Coutinho's air without having to play for stacks in the cases Coutinho has it. Now, the only problem with taking the check call line here is if Coutinho bets real big on the turn, Dwight Ninja might not get to realize his equity, see if he makes his flush on the end or not, but that's not the end of the world. If you're getting the wrong price to draw to your hand, then the correct move is to fold that hand. Really surprised by that check there. I do not understand that check. Wow, okay, so could be trying to induce some bluffs, playing pot control, ensuring that if he's cooler than Dwight Ninja has, what 5 does he have in the small blind? I think Coutinho just always has the best hand here and is missing out on some value by checking back. But I guess if he thinks his opponent has mostly medium pairs and flush draw floats, he can extract a bet on the end by checking. Interesting play. I don't fully get it. Maybe you guys write down in the comments what you think he was thinking and why he made that check there. Be very interested to hear your opinions and learn from you. And the White Ninja doesn't even go for it, doesn't even fall for it, doesn't take any stab with his hand. He's just showing it down. Interesting. Snap folds. Very disciplined there. And the White Ninja was able to see that draw, all 5 cards, pretty cheap. Maybe he thinks that Coutinho is a more passive player, and that's why he peeled with the Queen 8 suited there, which I thought was kind of loose, but who knows. All right, Ace 10. Oh man, mid position, under 10 blinds. Oh man. I think if it's not a final table, that's a shove. On a final table, I think it's close. Are the shortest stack. I don't know. Someone run that through ICMizer. AA. Okay. Looks like we'll probably just see a min raise here and a take. Fold it. Ace 10. I don't know, man. And min raise, wanting the action, limping in, inviting the action, hoping his opponents will flop any piece of the board or just take a stab at it. Unfortunately for him, they do not flop any piece. Fortunately for him, they don't flop a super piece. And he got the extra 17.5K out of Lex by limping in with that pocket aces. Probably like the one hand you can get away with limping. Actually, nah. There are plenty of hands you can have in your limping range. Like 8-9 suited from Coutinho could have been a limp. Could have been a raise. What do you do if you're Jabra-Cadabra on 10 blinds, King 9 suited, low jack? He's in. Gets it through. Nice spot, nice hand. Success. And we see the aces again. All the aces in play. AA. Hey. Imagine Phyllis is not going to take the limping strat. Probably going to raise this one up. He comes in for the min piece. And Curacao, if he's facing like a button open, I'd expect we'd see him rip this in. But facing a hijack open, I think he's going to play a little more cautious, especially we saw him fold the ace 10 earlier. In a spot where it's reasonable to shove it, so he's probably going to take the conservative approach here, whether that means defending or just straight up folding. I don't know. Folding seems pretty tight, but he also is on like sub 8 blinds, so I understand if he wants to protect his stack. He takes the price. Pretty absurd to not call, getting 5-1, and on this board, probably check and a fold. Is this a dry enough board where Phyllis could check back to trap with the aces? I mean, he's only got 1.5x pot behind. He's going to be able to get that money in. He goes for a really small bet size, giving his opponent room to check raise all in with any draw, any piece. I like the sizing. I think checking's an option. Maybe preferable if the board's even drier, or maybe against a more aggressive opponent. But betting really small here is always going to be a good play. Like when you kind of don't know, like, oh, should I bet a normal amount or should I check, and you kind of can't figure it out, you think it's close, just bet really small. And you found a good neutral ground that's going to be a viable strategy. Going to show positive expectation. Coutinho in there with the 4-8-0. He's got his opponent out chipped. So Jabra-Cadabra, feeling the ICM pressure, won't want to call off too light. He's probably knowing that he's ahead of Coutinho's shoving range with King 9, but with a 11.5 big blind stack and having no fold equity, knowing that if he calls, he both has to win. He has to win the all in, whether he's got the best hand or not. And that there are a couple other short stacks in play. Kind of can't call. And that's ICM pressure right there. It's just I got you out chipped and I know you want a ladder, so I'm all in. What are you gonna do about it? Wake up with ace jack plus? Good luck doing that. It's pretty hard to do that. Doesn't happen very often. Memory Ray's coming in with a limp again, seeing that that's just kind of the strategy he's taking on his sub 20 big blind stack. Jabbercadabra getting a very good price to come in here, so he completes. And will we be taking it to the flop, or is the White Ninja gonna say no cheap flops around here, boys? What's he going to do? Checks it, takes 3. We got 2 open-ended straight draws, 1 gut shot, which is also coming with a top pair variety. Backdoor flush draw here. So everyone got a little piece, but Memory Ray's by far got the biggest piece. Very connected board. I expect the limper's range to connect with this very often, since the limper's range is usually going to consist of Broadway type hands. And, well, you got 2 of the 5 Broadway cards on the board and another one that helps make Broadway there. Checks back. The White Ninja maybe stab at this point, although like I'm trying to think of what ace high hand or something Memory Rays is limping in with that's not Broadway. Like he's just not. So neither of these guys falling for the trap. No value given to the limper, despite both having open enders. And they got 4 chances to make the best hand. This time they didn't make it. Bet and take for Memory Rays. Blinds up to 20K and 40K. So we'll probably see Lex open this ace 10. He's got the big stack. He can open a wider range, and he's opening into 2 of the bigger stacks as well, which is a nice place to apply pressure as the chip leader. The White Ninja, really nice hand here. Ace jack suited, really nice price here, 3-1. Not so nice spot, potentially playing a pot out of position against the chip leader. So those are kind of the variables that are going on here. You got kind of 2 reasons to call, you kind of got 2 reasons to fold, and the thing about being out of position against the chip leader, against potentially a better hand, it still could be a strong range, led to him opting to fold there. And I like the fold there. It's just, you know, Lex is one of the few guys that the White Ninja is not going to want to tangle with, and especially not out of position. AK for Memory Rays on 18 blinds. Pretty big shove. Correct shove with ace king, the same pretty big shove, so ace jack doesn't have to think about it too much. Memory Rays isn't doing this kind of jam with like ace 10 suited, I don't imagine. Interesting spot for the White Ninja. Is he doing this kind of a jam with 7s? 8s? Or is it only like 10s plus when he's shoving this many chips? No sweat there. The White Ninja would have won a big old pot there. Not sure if Lex overcalls if the White Ninja gets in there, but he didn't. So let's just do a quick big blind update. That's Jabbercadabra, gonna rip it in with the ace king and take it down. Lex on a little over 90 blinds, Jizoint, Curacao, Jabbercadabra, each on 10 blinds. So we got 3 guys with 10 blinds. We've got 3 guys in the 20 to 25 big blind range, and then Phyllis with 30, Proud Flop with 40 blinds. And Lex with Jack 9 suited. Gonna raise and probably take this one down. Again, Proud Flop getting a great price to call, but dust hand, dust position, dust proposition, second place stack against first place stack. Like, not a lot of reasons to play that hand. Lex continuing the aggression, opening Queen 8 offsuit. I told you guys Jack 10 wasn't going to be the bottom. Proud flop with a candidate for a 3-bet bluff, and Curacao definitely with a hand that he can shove with. A lot of dead money out there if he can pick this one up. Let's see, he can increase his stack like 66% if he just shoves it here. And that plays pretty well on all in too. He pulls the trigger, and proud flop getting 2-1, but you know, best case is that Curacao is king queen. Every other situation, proud flop pretty much has 30%. So even though he's getting 2-1, and you know that's about where you need 33%. It's just like he's gonna have 33 in the second best case. The best case happens pretty rarely where Curacao is Broadway because he might just call with those hands. And he's actually going to only have 25% a lot of the time when Curacao has a bigger ace here. So for all those reasons, despite getting 2-1, I think he's going to be able to find the fold here. And this is the thing where like 2-1 is kind of the general rule. I'm getting 2-1, I call with, you know, any two, but you got to get a little finer than that and really look at ranges. And sometimes you need like 2.5 to 1 to make the call. When you're getting 3-1, you call everything, except for maybe like 7-2-0 if you somehow find yourself in that spot. But yeah, need better than 2-1 to make those calls there, especially on final table where ICM is a thing. Jabbercadabra with the playable hand. He's all in. This guy's not here to ladder. This guy's here to make moves and try to move up. He's willing to take on the variance, and he gets it through. I think we'll be seeing it going in here again too. One more position to get through, but 13 blinds, ace jack suited, kind of hard to not run it there. Jizoin has seen Jabbercadabra. This is the third time he's gone all in on the final table. He could be getting good cards. He's getting reasonably good cards. But ace queen suited, also pretty strong hand, and definitely slightly ahead of the under the gun open shovers range here. So he goes for the ISO. I imagine proud flop's going to be getting in here too. And with an ace dead from Curacao, these two guys are going to be drawing pretty thin. Nice spot to have kings. Very nice spot to have kings. 2 short stacks all in. Even if you get 30, you still got 2/3 of your chips. And on that flop turn, it's over. It's over. Big old pot going proud flop's way, bumping them up to 2.4 million. That's 60 blinds. And for their respective finishes, Jizoint is going to be taking home $2,478 for his 9th place finish. And Jabbercadabra is going to be taking home $3,446 for his 8th place finish. Now probably going to see proud flop open his range up in all pots that Lex is not involved in. So I wouldn't be surprised to see these two guys kind of alternate stealing opportunities here when either of them has anything like reasonably playable. If Lex doesn't take the steal, proud flop's probably going to take the steal. And if Lex does take the steal, proud flop is going to be uninclined to get involved in the pots because Lex has him covered. But he does have position, and they are deep enough at 60 blinds that it's pretty hard for Lex to just like pound, put them all in. So he's not experiencing as much pressure being second place versus first place as he would if, say, you know, Lex had 40 blinds and he was second with 30, and every pot can easily be all in after 3 streets of betting. So now we have 3 players with 12 to 15 blinds. Mid stack has 20 blinds, so you got 30 blinds, 45 blinds, and 80 blinds. So everything's pretty much the same as it was before. But the short stacks are feeling a little bit more pressure with the blinds going up. Now here, 18 blinds, pocket threes, the white ninja, probably like chip EV wise, profitable shove there. But on a final table, a lot of variance to take on with the 3 shorter stacks. I get the fold. And Lex not looking to play anything fancy against the other big stack, just waiting for really clear spots where he's a big favorite to either get a bet through win the pot with the best hand, like raising the button. Unfortunately for him, he's running into ace queen here. I imagine he's going to get jammed on and find the fold button, but it's nothing. He's got 80 blinds. He loses 2 blinds. It's so insignificant, and he can just make it back the next hand. Proud flop, taking that wide range. Good stacks to attack. Curacao has a reshove stack, so he really needs a solid hand that he's comfortable to go all in with. That's probably going to happen 20% of the time. 25% of the time max. Min re-raise takes the price in the big blind and flops second pair. Dicey spot though. Dicey spot with second pair. He's now got third pair. Proud flop's got the gutter. Does proud flop start bluffing now? He does. And min re-raise, can't do much about it. You almost wonder, like, should he even bother defending there? But I guess he's just taking the really good price, 4-1, and looking for like super good flops, top pairs, flush draws, and pretty much those is the minimum for going with. And given the price he's getting, that's a fine strategy. Lex now taking his turn with the 5-9 suited. Unfortunate timing for him again, going to be running into ace queen, but small loss. He's still going to be way out ahead in the chip lead after folding to a reshove here from min re-raise. We're seeing proud flop continue to really open wide here. As I said, it's pretty much alternating Grand Theft Auto here between proud flop and Lex Veldhuis, both just taking turns raising like 50% range of hands from multiple positions. As they should. That's how to play the final table as a big stack. White Ninja just walks it out. That's interesting. I mean, Jack 9, extremely playable hand there. Blind versus blind. He could limp. Min raise. I think folding's a bit too tight. I get it. There's shorter stacks, but not really. He's now tied with the other short stacks here. So I think he should probably at least have limped in there. At least tried to see a flop, if not raised. And Coutinho taking his spot, 13 blinds with ace-8. Can't blame him. Just unfortunate timing here to run into the jacks of Phyllis. But 30% of the time, it works every time. No, I'm not wearing that shirt. Next video. So pretty massive double up there for Coutinho, bumping him up to 3rd place, and Phyllis is now slumming it up with the other short stacks. Lex and proud flop choosing to play small pots. Min bet here. Squeak out a little bit of value, man. Yeah. Little not even half pot action. Lex, not paying. No chip for you. No chip for you. Coutinho. Feeling frisky? You won't do it. You won't open King 7 suited. Look at these stacks behind you. Yeah. Let's let Lex get another failed raise attempt here. Great hand on the button. King 5 suited. Not as great as pocket 6s on 15 blinds. Here comes the pile driver headed your way. To you, Mr. Veldhuis. To the muck. Out flop. Continuing to push it. Curacao, very above average hand here, A7, but getting more awkward stack size. We probably see that going for 12 blinds, but not for 17. And you can see why Proud Flop is continuing to open really wide. He's getting folds from a lot of hands. Here, Min Raise takes the price again and connects. I wonder if we're going to see a check shove. He's only got 2x pot here. He's going to check call, opening the door to facing more pressure, putting himself into a dicey situation potentially. Does Proud Flop continue to barrel with the turn gut shot? I mean, he's only really folding out, well, a 10. There you go. And Memory Raise doing this wide defending pre-flop, taking the price, but then not really defending post-flop. Super strong, so not sure about that strat. But I see Proud Flop just taking it to the house and showing us the power of aggression, the power of playing a big stack. So we're getting a little big stack education lesson here from Proud Flop as well. We haven't seen too much from Lex, but I watched this thing live. I promise you, we're going to see some pretty sweet action from Lex as the show continues. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it educational and entertaining. If you want to join Team Grips, click on that subscribe button and tap that bell to be notified every time a new video goes live. For behind the scenes updates and motivational quotes from my poker journey, follow me on Instagram. And when you're ready to take one step closer to becoming poker's next champion, click on me in 3, 2, 1, and let's get stacking.